What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, you're just making bad life choices. Going over to scoresandodds.com, get signed up where you got picks for me, Meansy, Daniel, all the greats. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you see exactly what the best line is for each individual prop, plus what we have projected for. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge where I'm dropping in bets all day, every day, pretty much. And you get the lines before they move. And you know exactly where they're at. Like Goldschmidt right there. Boom. Home run, plus 280 over at Superbook. Best odds. Go. Get signed up and go on over to scoresandodds.com and /Discord. I'm throwing it in the chat right now. And you get into Discord. I'm going to be giving out some free t-shirts in Discord. However I see fit, some nice Scores and Odds t-shirts. They're very nice. They're very luxurious. They're very comfortable. I'm joined by the man who's 20 feet away from me, Daniel Chevelson. How you doing there?
I'm doing well. I'm 20 feet away from you, and your dog is 20 feet away from you because your dog likes me more than you. Your dog's right next to me.
That's debatable. You just feed him more food.
I did throw some turkey and ham. My favorite game to play in your house is like no-look passing deli turkey and deli ham to Dox, your dog.
He's incredible at catching food.
It's a spectacular skill.
Yeah.
Airbud's got nothing on him when it comes to catching turkey.
Yeah. He can catch, and he catches ball, catches lobster, catches shark. He catches everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Impressive pup. But we got bets today. We got the Tampa Bay game coming up in a few minutes, so I'm just going to get straight into that. The first bet that I have for that is Jeffrey Springs over 5.5 strikeouts. Yeah, Milwaukee going up against a lefty. Lots of strikeouts in there. It's a good bet. Getting it plus 100 odds over at Caesars. You got any problem with that?
It's fine. I mean, I don't have any deep thoughts on it.
All right, you and your deep thoughts. Siri over 0.5 total bases, plus 100 over at Superbook. You got a problem with that? You see in the lineup?
I have not considered that. Siri is batting ninth, dead last.
Yep, but road team. So going up against Woodruff, who's a good pitcher, but I don't really care.
Hopefully he doesn't get Woodruff the third time. Like batting ninth, that could actually be helpful in theory.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Yeah, it could work out well. Woodruff under 7.5 strikeouts. I know that's a high strikeout lineup, but that's just a big line. Getting it plus 105 over at DK. Yes, they are a high strikeout lineup, but majority of the high strikeout bats are down near the bottom. Woodruff is a good strikeout pitcher, but I still think 7.5 is too high. Getting plus odds on the under.
Yeah, I don't. That's a tough one for me. I hear you, but it's the odds that are dictating it, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's plus 105. Realistically, it's higher than 50% chance they hits it under. I think the bat has him projected for a decent amount less than that. Let's see. I could be way off. Woodruff 7.36. So yeah, roughly 51% chance, 52% chance of getting the under. Plus 105 odds. What are you laughing at?
No, I mean it's close. It's a 7.36 as opposed to 7.5, but it is under. It is lower.
Yeah, so I'm getting 51%, 52% chance of hitting the under, and I'm getting plus 105 odds, roughly translating to about a 5% ROI.
Yeah. No, so your dog was doing something that threw me off.
Oh, that's fine. He's a silly pup. Was he licking his penis?
He's a 9-year-old pup, which is I didn't know they made those.
He is. He's a good pup. Not more strikeout stuff. We'll get to the home runs last. Nick Pivetta under 5.5 strikeouts. Now he is going up against a high strikeout team, but I'm getting this at plus 135 odds on DK.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the odds that are full on dictating it. I mean, Pivetta might get crushed in this spot here. I mean, yes, he's a decent strikeout pitcher. Definitely better versus righties and lefties. They're going to be only facing, 3-4 lefties. But the power, the fly balls, the home runs, the ballpark, all points to him potentially getting crushed. So 5.5 is the line. I think if it stays close, the chance that he gets crushed and easily hits the under makes it a great bet at plus 135.
Yeah, I like that number. And like he's a righty that's a reverse splitsy, which is never really a good thing to be in Fenway Park. Pretty strong right power in that Atlanta side. They have some power on the left side as well. But, Acuna leading off, presumably. Riley cleaning it up. Contreras has been good this year, like tons of power out of Contreras this year. Versus righties this year, almost a 300 ISO. And Ozuna, pretty solid power as well. And even Harris has shown strong power versus righties as well. So
Plus, you got Olsen.
yeah, I don't know why I skipped over Matt Olson, but
and Acuna. Like that order is deep.
Are they getting Albies back at some point for the run down at the end of the season? I feel like he's not done, right?
I think so. Isn't his contract just wild that he's getting paid like $5 million a year for the next 5 years?
So Atlanta's got a really positive contract for Albies and a positive contract for Acuna. So
yeah, well, they've got incredible contracts with those two guys. Absolutely incredible. Best bargain in the league right now. And then they've got good contracts on both Riley and Olsen.
The Olsen one is not terrible, right? At least the front half. Albies 7 years, 35 mil. Like that's beautiful from a baseball perspective. And I think Acuna is something similar to that.
8 years, 168 million, so 20 mil a year, and that's pretty darn good.
No, 8 years, 100 million, right? You say 160?
Yeah, 160.
No, 8 years, 100.
I've seen 160.
Do you have Google, or are you binging? Are you using Bing or are you using Google?
I'm using Google.
8 years, 100 million, according to Sports Hack, which is like the authority for contracts.
Okay, it's probably bonuses and stuff. I don't know. Regardless, I would still take him at 20 mil a year. Especially, yeah. The guy's good. The guy's super good. Let's see. You might not agree with this one. Dean Kramer over 3.5 strikeouts.
I would just say there's potential weather in that game. So be alarmed. I don't know if they're going to start it and stop it, but you'll see what Roth has to say. But earlier today, again, I'm sure you saw this or looked into it. Right now, it's orange yellow, nasty storm complex moving in around game time. It shouldn't last all night. So while it's a bit early to know much of anything for sure, my best guess is at this point, possible late start and then a play. So, of course, if it passes and they late start it, I'm just saying that that's a thing. And if they start early or start on time and it's still lurking, be alarmed. You never know if they come back out. But there you go. Besides that, Dean Kramer's not great, but the number is really low.
Yeah, and I'm getting plus 124 odds on the over. That's the main thing. Plus 124 odds over at Superbook. Bubic under 16.5 outs going up against the White Sox. The White Sox have not been fantastic this year, but you know who's been worse? Is Bubic. He's been bad. He's been very bad. He's been no good. He's been very bad. Yes, he's been better versus righties than versus lefties. He's been very reverse splits. Makes sense. He doesn't have a slider. He's a changeup curveball guy, but he has been better recently. Like started off the season absolutely terrible, but still gets a little bit wild. Doesn't drag out a ton of guys. Gives up a lot of hard contact. I don't think he makes it 16.5 innings, and I'm getting it plus 104 over at Caesars.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then lastly, before we get to the home runs, Cardinals over 3.5 runs first 5 innings, plus 105 at DK, and Cardinals over 6.5 runs for the game, minus 105 over at Win. Love both these. Cardinals are going to absolutely crush Freeland. I mean, when do we love the Cardinals more than any other time?
Well, we like him in Coors Field. We like him against a lefty, and here we go. Let's do it.
Check the 2 biggest boxes you can have. And he's not a very good lefty. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys. So, boom.
So, active roster for St. Louis, the Cardinals. WRC Plus is number 1 in the league versus left-handers, and by a good distance. The Yankees are number 2 at 127. Their WRC Plus is 139. That is a massive number. 39% better than the average team. That is that's pretty huge. Their ISO is not number 1; it's 5. But that ballpark obviously they play in is not spectacular. WRC Plus.
They haven't had O'Neill for most of the year.
Yeah, well, WRC Plus also adjusts for ballpark, so that's why St. Louis probably gets a little bit of a curve there. But yeah, St. Louis versus a lefty in Coors Field is it's a really strong. Goofy baseball things happen all the time. Yesterday they flopped. You can argue that, whatever. They weren't facing.
Well, they flopped like the first 6 innings, and then they did decent.
They lost by like 10 though, didn't they? Like because they get like 16 runs or something.
Yeah, now I need to look it up. But yeah, no, I mean, at one point Colorado had I think 8 straight or 10 straight hits, 10 straight
hits and walks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, they still put up 5 runs, but that was all in the 5th and 6th inning. Yeah, I mean, and Freeland's not a good pitcher at this point in his career. It's wild the 1 year he had where he was just dominant for Coors, like absolutely
Didn't they just
beyond
extend
dominant.
him? They just signed him, didn't they?
Maybe.
I think they just gave him an extension, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Colorado's always struggling to find pitchers, obviously, and it's not the best free agent destination for multiple reasons. Horrible organization, but you don't necessarily want to pitch there for a living.
Yeah, Freeland back in 2018, 2.85 ERA, 3.67 FIP, 4.22 xFIP. For Coors, that's dominant. That is beyond dominant. Like outside, let's see. You know who's probably the best pitcher ever in Coors? Or had the
Yes,
best?
Uguth Urbina. No, not it's a guy. It sounds like the name Uguth Urbina. He had a Cy Young year, I believe.
I think he might have back in 2010.
Yeah. His name was why is Urbina the guy that's popping in my head? But his name's similar to that in my brain, but it's probably not even close.
Ubaldo Jimenez.
There you go. That's kind of sort of close. Ubaldo Uguth, yeah, but that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, just absolutely dominant 2008 through 2010. Yeah.
And then he was on Baltimore, and he was terrible then, I believe.
Yeah, as soon as he got traded, he went just down trash. He went to Cleveland, and they went to Baltimore, and was just awful, like well below average. He had one decent year in Cleveland, and then everything else was trash. We got some home run picks, not a ton of them today. First up, Juan Soto, plus 430 to hit a home run. I think I actually have more money on that.
I bet that too. I didn't understand that line. I just thought it was a little too off. Yeah, it seemed kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I tried betting it on Bet Rivers, and it's not showing up for me. Yeah, Bet Rivers is awful interface and not a great site, but that's beside the point.
Besides, they have a $250 bonus, right?
Yeah, no, I hit that in a few different states, so that was nice. Just literally free money. Literally free money. Yeah, but Juan Soto plus 430 to hit a home run, going up against Jakob Yunis.
I don't think that's how you pronounce that, but okay.
He's Greek. It is Jakob.
Big John Stamos fan.
Yeah, so Soto, good. Big thing about Yunis, only a 3.4% walk rate versus lefties. So big thing about Soto is 23% walk rate versus righties. So less likely to walk. Had a home run last night. Yunis has not been bad this season, but he's been heavily sheltered by playing over in San Francisco. So due for some negative regression, and Soto's just good. And that's a big number. That's it. That's all you really have to say.
Yeah.
JD Davis to hit home run plus 500. JD Davis is not great, not terrible. Still can hit the ball hard. Going up against Manaea. Manaea is a big fly ball, big hard contact pitcher versus righties this year. Started off the year great and has just not been great since. Plus 500. It's hot over in San Diego. I forgot to mention that. With Soto, like good hitting weather, I think a 20% bump to home runs.
The deal with Davis, though, is if a righty comes in, he might get hooked.
Yes, that's not great.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'm getting plus 500 odds. Wilmer Flores also might get the hook. Also going up against Manaea. Also good odds. Plus 430 to home run over at FanDuel.
Yeah, Wilmer seems to stay in more often than not.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little bit safer. Did somebody get scratched? I'm looking at somebody in the Washington game when I get scratched. I'm doing DFS stuff. I apologize. I'm a little bit distracted on that, but we don't.
I asked Dean to be on the show like 15 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, something like that.
Yeah, and I was in the middle of writing something. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'll jump on because I've been researching both slates today, and I'm just kind of bouncing back and forth. But so I apologize if I'm not fully on top of things. But I think
I'm grabbing him some delicious chicken parm pizza after this.
Oh my god, that's really gonna that seems like a fun idea from the start, but it's not gonna end well, is it?
I mean, my body can handle most things, but the interesting thing is the place is it's called Slice 420 in Colorado Springs, and it's strange. I think their kid had epilepsy, and they moved out to Colorado because the Charlotte's Web strain cured her or kept her epilepsy in check when Dilantin and all the other anticonvulsants wouldn't work. So that's why it's called Slice 420, not because they're big marijuana people. They're just a fan of the how it potentially saved their kid's life.
Okay, yeah, I assumed I assumed the latter, I guess it was, but
yeah, right. Think it's just 4 stoners, but no, just maybe save their kid's life. JJ Bleday. On a lighter note, JJ Bleday plus 520 to hit home run. We got it last night at plus 680. Granted, that was a tougher matchup, and he went yard. Dude has a ton of pop. 20 home runs in the minors this year. So we know he can hit the ball far. Going up against Thor, who, I'm sad that Book's finally entirely caught on to, like, there's only one positive EV bet for stolen bases against Thor today. It's not even that. It's Wendell at 420. And I didn't bet it yet. I might bet it. I'm still not certain, but
I'm still looking at that. If Luke Williams, I think we talked about this earlier today. I don't know if things have changed, but I was looking to see what his number was, and I don't think he had one. But he's like got 8 or 9 stolen bases or so in the season. Rojas is another guy you can swipe a bag.
Not great odds on Rojas. That's the thing. Like, since Super, it was beautiful. You got to experience Super. You made a few G's off of Superbook.
I had some Ben and 10. I had a couple of the KC guys. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. We made some decent money off of Superbook on Thor days. Like, just unreal odds. Unreal.
What would you bet, like, theoretically, if Birdie was healthy? Birdie's got 28 stolen bases in 58 games this season. Like, basically,
I'd probably bet somewhere around plus 120.
You wouldn't bet even money? Like, if he's on, he's going.
Yeah. It's all about him getting on and how many innings. But
your betting basically gets on. Well, it's not even getting on because, like, the catcher can clog down the bases in front of him or something like that. Like 1 in 3 at bats, essentially, he's got to get on first. He would still second to third as well. But yeah, I'm just thinking hypothetically. And Jazz is another guy too, like not the same extent of Birdie, but it's a bummer both those guys aren't available.
Yeah, but Bleday is going to hit a bomb. I know Thor's not a huge home run guy, but he's giving up above average fly balls and hard contact to lefties. Got the platoon split. Not the greatest bullpen behind it. I like that. Lewis, I had it this morning. Euris. Gosh, it's going to bother me.
Do for the Rockies.
Euris.
Yeah.
Montero. To hit a bomb. Plus 600. Are you kidding me?
It's pretty good.
Yes. It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy has some solid power. Going up against a lefty. Quintana, what's his out pitch? What's versus lefties? I know he's a righty. He's a huge sinker curveball guy. That does not work out well at all in Coors. That works out terribly. Montero, 15 home runs in the minors in 65 games, 231 ISO. Last season in the minors, had about 250 ISO. The guy has some pop. Guy absolutely has some pop. Plus 600 is just silly odds. I'm going to see if they'll let me put down more. I know I bet it earlier.
What site was that?
FanDuel.
I'm looking at it now.
I'm guessing the line's probably moved, and I don't care. I bet to like 550 easy.
I mean, they kind of bury him in the lineup, but like he still should get 4 at bats.
560. I'm putting another 71.40 because they let me. Oh, they let me bet to win. Bet to win 400 this time. Generally, they limit me depending on how close the game is to either to win 375 or to win 750. So I now have more on the line than 750, which is nice. I have 775. It's always interesting. Last one, Goldschmidt, plus 280 to home run over on Superbook. Goldschmidt is just crushing.
What's the number?
Plus 280. I know it's a low number, but Goldschmidt's numbers versus lefties, 389 ISO, 565 WOBA. Unreal good. and it's in Coors, and Freeland's not good, and it's hot. Like, I know it's not great odds, but I'm hitting it.
What do you think of DeYoung at 420?
Not bad.
Yeah. Just kind of looking at some of the odds right now. I know I bet some earlier today. Yeah, I bet Michael Taylor at 11-1. 11-1? Come on. Like, he's got a ton of power. He has trouble hitting the ball sometimes. But I thought that was a big number. JD Martinez, by the way, like if you could trust he's healthy, which I don't, he's 7.5-1, plus 750. When do you ever see that?
I mean, Wright's a good pitcher, and he's been very good at keeping the ball on the ground going up against righties, but I don't hate that.
It's just I'm just betting the player and the number. I understand that, and it's in Fenway.
What do you want to do for our movie bet? You want to take Woodruff over 7.5 strikeouts? That's the one you mostly disagreed on me with.
I mean, I guess I'll take that. Sure, why not? Well, I don't know what you're going to set me up to suffer with, but
well, I'll be here with you so we can watch George of the Jungle together.
Oh my God!
Now I'll find one that you're.
People think that's a joke, by the way. For several days, you've been trying to get me to watch George of the Jungle.
I want to watch it. It's been so long since I watched. I really want to watch it. I might watch it and take a nap after the.
Well, I'll take a nap during. That actually is like not a terrible plan.
I have heard you snore while we're watching a movie.
Has that happened before?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that happening. What did I fall asleep to?
I don't know. It was
Star Trek.
I think The Mummy or The Mummy 2.
Oh, it could have been The Mummy. Yeah, you and your Brendan Fraser, man.
Oh gosh, I love that guy.
Are you disappointed that his movie was scrapped?
Was it?
Was it Batgirl? I think is that what the Warner Brothers just like threw it away?
Well, he's coming out. I think it's called The Whale. He could legit win an Academy Award in this. No, that's not. They're literally talking about him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. I wish him. I think it's actually got a pretty good director for that. We were talking about this before off the air. Yeah, Darren Aronofsky is a big name directing it, so it's probably a legit movie.
No, it's literally advertisement for Emmy nomination under it.
Well, I mean, you understand that the studios pay and hype for stuff like that, right? Like they put billboards up and try to market their. But yeah, I suppose it's probably a serious role, I would imagine. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be great. Super excited for it. Super excited.
Well, I mean, what was the last good Brendan Fraser movie? That's like a serious question.
He was great in Doom Patrol, but that was a TV show.
What?
Let's see. Let's look.
What were you gonna say?
I said he was great in Doom Patrol, but that was
oh yeah.
That was a TV show.
I watched No Sudden Move. That was disappointing. It wasn't bad. He didn't star in it. It was Benicio del Toro, who I like, and Don Cheadle I like, and John Hamm. It's like a really good cast. And I think it's got a big name director too. Soderbergh directed it. It was okay.
I mean, he did get reverse Me Too'd.
What's that?
He did get. There's a whole lot of. He got screwed over pretty much.
Okay, well, so there's a big gap where like he just didn't do a lot of stuff, and
2013 to like now.
Yeah, well, he also had like 5 busts in a row, like 5 just bombs, give or take.
I don't know about that. They weren't in a row. They were spread out. He had Crash. He was good. Mummy. Then he did great on Scrubs. Mummy Returns.
Never seen
Monkey Bone Bedazzled was not great. Neither was Dudley Do Right, but I had The Mummy before that. Blast from the Past. Had a few busts before that, but I had Glory Days, Airheads with Honors.
Like 25 years ago, isn't it?
School Ties, Encino Man. Yeah, Airheads was
almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, like he was good for a while. School Ties, fantastic. With Honors, fantastic. Yeah. Airheads, great. Glory Days, not bad.
I like With Honors.
Yeah, George of the Jungle, solid movie you're watching tonight. Blast from the Past, Mummy.
Wait, let me ask you this: why would we watch that tonight? Where you lost a bet to me yesterday? Why would you?
Well, we're watching both.
It's a double feature.
Yeah, I don't got anything else going on. Do you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But that's
Um,
our show. I gotta go pick up pizza.
Yeah, there you go. Does the
We're
chat
outta
have
here.
any hot takes about Brendan Fraser or not so much?
School Tide.
What?
Yeezy likes School Tide, and Aaron likes Doom Patrol.
Is that
That's
isn't
it.
that like a cartoon? I think.
No, it's based on a DC comic.
Oh, I don't know what it is. Should I
Kind of
watch
like
it?
Suicide Squad.
That's okay. Fair enough.
It's good. I really enjoy it.
All right.
But
Pizza's on your name.
yep, we're out of here. See you,
Holler.
kids.